Alright, so for my next video, which is the same day as the coolant flush, we are going to be doing the two main drive belts. Your Serpentine belt, which is your normal belt. This one's very easy to change. And then this is the flex belt, which has no tensioner to install it. So, we're going to try this. This is from AutoZone. I've done some research on these. It seems like the only thing you really need to do is make sure that the edge of the pulley, which is what's going to be walking it around, isn't digging into this belt. So the concept of this, I don't even know if you need to bolt this on. It's just as long as this is blocking the pulley, so when you walk it, it can get on, and then this should fall out, and then it should be on completely. So we got to take the AC belt off first, and it has to be cut off. First thing we got to do is take off this pan, right, this little black pan right here next to the oil pan, our protector. It keeps it from getting hit. So just a couple bolts. They look a little rusty. They give me any trouble, I'll hit them with some PV blaster or something. So I'll get that off right now. So I got the pan off. The bolts were a little rusty. One of them I had to pull the shield down while I unbolted it. Didn't want to come down. So this fell out, which this happened about 6 months ago. Like a broken ladder was on the highway. My wife ran it over. It tore up some of the shielding. Nothing looked too bad. It looks like this must have got jammed up in there somewhere. I don't know if that was the source of my noise. I've been getting a weird noise under here. The other thing I noticed, put the light up here, there's something like, it looks like some oil maybe. It might just be road crud, but I'm going to look into that. Maybe the, I don't think you can see it. Maybe you can. Maybe the valve cover's leaking. Alright, so I managed to cut the belt off. Actually, some scissors actually made it easiest. They're matching numbers. This is Ford Motor Company number. That's the number there, and this one matches. Don't forget, Ford Motor Company and Motorcraft will have two different numbers. So if you're on the Motorcraft site, they'll give you a different one. You might have to do some research. I got these on Rock Auto. So let me see here. They look right. So we're going to take the drive belt off, which is really easy. It's just this bolt. That long bolt here. Trying to drop this. Right there. You just push it forward and this will really tension. What I'm going to do is the wrench I use, I think it's a 14, I'm going to zip tie it to this and it's going to hold it tight. That way when I'm working the belt back on, I can get it all on, do it, and then just snip it and it'll tighten it right up. So we're going to get this belt off, work it to the bottom, and then try to get that AC belt on, which is what I've been dreading. Alright, so you see, you just pull that forward, and like I said, I got it zip tied, and you can actually pull the zip ties really tight. So that's off. I'm just going to work it down. Then I'm going to do my best at AC belt. Just a note, I was able to turn the crank with a really small ratchet. So it's a 21mm on the crank, not a lot of room in there. I did loosen a couple bolts on the splash guard so I could pull that out of the way. Oh Jesus! Okay, I got the belt on. I think it's okay. This is sketchy. Let me tell you, what a terrible design. I would have paid an extra $50 for my car to get a tensioner. Just real quick on the Serpentine belt. It's going to what you're going to want to do is start from the bottom and put it around the crank and the alternator and feed it to the left side of the water pump, and then just at the top there, you know, wrap around tensioner, let it go. That's fine. This thing, I'll tell you, I kind of just went bucket when I was doing it. My thing's on there. Okay. All right. So this is what I did. The tool here, I wrapped this around, and on the left side, I stuck this lip in here as far as it'll go before it was tight, and I walked it around. Now when I got it, the belt kept wanting to go inwards instead of outwards, so when it caught on here, it actually, the one piece like rolled back, but I just kept cranking it. The tool fell out. I ran it a second time and then kept cranking it around, and now the belt seems to be on there good. I've turned it 3 or 4 times. I don't think there's going to be an issue with it. I don't think I damaged the belt just by a little bit of... Alright, so all the belts are on. The air conditioning is on 3 right now. That's fine. These are all going through. So If anything happens, I'll give you an update, but I'm going to call it a success for now. Um, so belt job's done, just make sure everything's running straight, and you don't hear any weird noises, and just put the bottom of the car back together, your wheel well, your cover for your air conditioner and all that. Don't over tighten those rusty bolts if you have them. And other than that, you're all set. Alright, just a conclusion to the belt story. You can see here in the light, there were shards of like metal that from that piece of debris that stuck in the car between that bottom protector cover and the AC compressor. So there must have just been kind of rattling in there, because now the car is nice and whisper quiet, which is great. That was my problem, and it's solved, and it makes me happy. I don't have to replace anything else. The main Serpentine belt is in really good shape. Like I said, this has a little over 70,000 miles. The outside, and even when we got it with like 50,000, the belt looked like this, a little discolored. The new one looks great. It's black and shiny. Everything works good. Air conditioning works. So the Serpentine belt is cake. I would personally do it by 80,000 miles. It's this AC compressor belt that's really a nightmare. It's just different if you've never done anything like this before. I mean, you're used to doing a tensioner, it's an easy job. I really didn't think I was going to be able to get it on there. I kind of just said screw it and just kept turning the crank, and it snapped on. So in the future, now that I've done it, I feel a little better about it. But if you're going to do your Serpentine belt, you got to do your AC belt. So you can go to AutoZone, rent the tool like this, or you can get the specific one for your car. This is like a universal. And like I said, Rock Auto had all the Motorcraft parts, and I would definitely stick with OEM. I mean, there's some really good ones out there, but the price is good. Why not go OEM? The only thing that's not great OEM on these, the motor mounts, but everything else is fine. So I hope this video helped you.